The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Now, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin, and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow down 30, Nasdaq's up 25, S&P's up 9.5. You have gold up 11, bonds are down 15, King Dollar's off $1.96. The euro is up 65. And, folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the banner on the top, on the side. You can open an account. They'll put $25,000 in your account, funny money. Or you can just basically open the account. And bottom line, you'll see what the advantages are when you're using a Nadex account. Coming, if you happen to be in the New England area, Darrell Mott and myself, we're going to be up in Boston at the Boston Marriott, which is in Burlington, on May 11th. Nadex is sponsoring a workshop. We're going to be there from 8:30 in the morning to 12:30. Hey, guys, what's happening?
How you doing?
I'm doing great,
hey, man.
So we get a lot of action in Boston, that's for sure. I'll tell you, man.
Yeah, pretty incredible how everything has come together so quickly. Just all the eyes and ears out there. What they've been able to do with, with photographs, the video, everything. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
well, the amazing, I guess, thinking that you're not going to get caught in this day and age with that many cameras everywhere is like, okay, you know. Locking down the city's a whole different ballgame, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but that's a small price to pay to go ahead right now and get this thing resolved.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. So, market-wise out here, folks, bottom line, you came off that April 11th high. It looks to me like the first leg is in, which is a 61-point A to B structure, which is pretty cool. IBM is getting sliced and diced out here today in a big way. And folks, don't forget, of course, you and I, Mr. Steve Rhodes, he kicks us off each and every day, 9 o'clock. Darrell has a program at 1 o'clock. And that's specifically trading Nadex on a continual basis. So, hey, Darrell, I like this euro trade out here. So what you have here, folks, is this. So check this out. The euro has really sweet volatility. Last few days, on Monday, Tuesday rather, get some juice underneath it. But all it was actually doing, folks, is the euro's been come down big time, but all it did on Tuesday, it almost got into ice. Ice on the euro is 131.22. Gave it all up, and then this morning we hit 131.29. So what I'd love you to do is find me using your diagnostic analyzer. And folks, if you haven't test drove Darrell's diagnostic analyzer, you can come right over to our website, test drive it. Because I know on Fridays, sometimes it's too bad that this is on a Friday, actually, because you know what I mean.
Yeah, because Fridays they can sort of go flat on you.
In the FX market, folks, you get about 2 hours, but I think 2 hours is all going to need right here for that euro, because the euro, folks, it made one acceleration up, gave it up, made another one, just made another one right now, and that's what's giving the market some breathing room. And I do expect, the market's going to be basically up today. It's be up with lighter volume, and it's going to be the B to C of an ABC structure on the way down. And it's in place really sweet. What I mean by in place really sweet, folks, is this, is that when you go over to the Dow, you look at the Dow, the strongest stock on a continual basis that had been going up was Big Blue. And Big Blue just gave it up and gave it up big. And what's going to get interesting, I was looking for Big Blue to go to that 183, 180 level. But I'm telling you, the way this is coming down today, you get 6 million shares already. This is, we could almost get a free gap play down on this, which would be really wild. I mean, that's on the technical. The fundamental deal with Big Blue is pretty wild. They keep making more money to the bottom line, folks, but the top line keeps going down, and this time it went down by $1 billion. So I know, and the company's big enough to keep squeezing and, laying off people and, bringing in their expenses. Because companies like that, folks, they're sending people all over the world paying $300, $400, $500 a night just in hotels. You don't have to do too much. Do you know what I mean, Steve?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, and at 180-ish level, that's a level that I'm keeping my eye on as well. See how it gets in the 180, 236. So,
right.
It's held pretty well. And on Wednesday night when Darrell does his segment on your show, I was filling in for you, and we went ahead. We took a Nadex trade. We actually went long the euro, and that trade worked out pretty well.
I love it. Oh, that was a monster then.
Yeah.
Was because what happened there, folks. Both of those moves, okay, the move up, because so check this out. This is wild because that was Wednesday. Let me look at this for a second. Because
all we were doing was just using really a set of tools, taking a look at the euro was moving into really an oversold condition, and just simply we took a look at two. We took a look really at two trades. We took a look at the very simple dead cat bounce just coming off of the high.
Okay.
On an intraday chart, I was using the swing point high at 5 a.m. from April the 17th when it was up at about 131.986.
Oh, yeah,
and so just a real simple bounce was to 1.3076. That was the first bounce. The second one was to get up to 131.23. And like you just said, as we were coming on to the
that's
here,
cool.
131.276. So.
Yeah, and folks, as Steve's talking about that, that's so cool because the first bounce came to that 130.96, right?
Yeah.
Perfect dead cat bounce.
Yeah.
Oh
exactly,
man, I'm telling you, that's amazing.
So it's really a great, it's a great way. People want to learn how to trade currencies, and when we take a look at the risk reward on that, what's so great about Darrell's analyzer was, literally within a minute or so,
yes,
he's able to pick out, by being able to identify what your parameters are, what you want to do first before you enter a trade. We had the parameters, and then literally within 60 seconds, he was able to pick out which was the best risk-reward trade for us.
Which is huge. And what happens, folks, is that there are so many of them, and he's gonna walk us through it right now. But there are so many of them that what ends up happening is that you want to be able to understand exactly what you're doing when you're doing it, because the reward versus the risk, or the risk versus reward, in these are just beautiful. And if you trade currencies, folks, oh my God, you have to do it, because futures. What ends up happening is that it's great in that market too. Okay, what the difference is that the currency leverage is dramatic. They're all dramatic, but the difference is, of course, in a volatile market, it can go against you, and you still have defined risk. And in this market here, what has happened, and this is pretty cool, folks, no whether you're a bull or a bear, what really has happened in the last couple weeks, you could be both a bull or a bear and make money. You just had to basically take those positions on and off and not look for grand slams. If you look for doubles, you can do them all day long, because the market's been both up and down, which is really neat.
And I think we should probably expect that here for a while, because we're in a market here that certainly, if we just take a look at the shorter term time frame since November 16th, buying any kind of dips, the bulls have been rewarded. But then we'd have to ignore the volume off of the top, the rejection of the October 11th swing point high,
right?
And so you got to expect, just like So I was glad to hear you say you actually think we're going to set up the B to a C if an A to B equals C to up. I too think we're going to bounce, whether it's today or it starts on Monday. I think, and we're coming right into sell in May. So I think most of the way down we're going to see these opportunities where you can easily trade both sides of the market.
No, big time.
Same day.
Big time, yeah. And what happens, folks, is that like the first leg is 61 points, so that's sweet, because you can get a bounce of 20 easy.
Yes.
And it was a perfect trade. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And one of the things we did too to make it easier, because one of the things I'm always trying to do is make the spreads easier and easier and easier to trade.
Yes.
And so we actually just put an upgrade in here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you haven't even seen this yet.
No,
so it's pretty cool.
I'm looking. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Talk to me then.
Okay. Well, a couple of things that I'm always looking at are, like, people come in and they're, everybody sort of has this assumption. They come in and they think the US 500 is following the SPX or the spiders. They don't know it's following the futures.
Yeah.
Things like that, right?
Yeah.
And if they want to equalize them, let's say you are a futures trader, you want to equalize them, you're like, well, what is the ratio that I equalize with?
Okay.
5 spreads to equal 1.
Yeah.
And so what I did was we actually added in the name of the contract it's following.
Okay.
And it has that whole thing that actually tells you, right here, it says all indexes follow index future contracts, not indexes or ETFs.
That is sweet.
And it displays it right. So that it's becoming more and more intuitive.
Right.
So, even without videos, it's starting to, we're trying to make it just as easy as possible. And then it actually tells you the symbol right here.
Okay.
So, like, depending upon what platform you're using, like ES0613, like that's NinjaTrader.
And so, folks, what we're looking at right now, what he has is underlying name, CME E-mini 500, June, expiration, future. And as he's saying, when's the expiration? What's the normal symbol, ESM3?
Yeah. So that makes it really easy. You don't have to go, like, figure it out. I mean, we've really put it right there for you.
Right.
And then, like, what's the tick size for the Nadex contract? What's the tick size for the underlying? Because maybe you're not a futures trader.
Right.
You're coming in to learn how to trade this, but you're following the underlying chart.
Right.
And we're just trying to cut that learning curve down. And then the next thing is actually the equalization. So 5 to 1.
This is
huge.
Which
tell you right there.
And, folks, what's so neat about this, so check this out. What we're looking at, if you happen to be in your car, is that after it says the ESM3, then it's saying, okay, on Nadex, bottom line, what is the tick size? On the ES Mini, it's saying, okay, what's the tick size? And then it's saying specifically how many you have to buy. Now, what's cool about this, folks, is this. And you've heard me say this even when I'm on with Darrell. Now, I liked doing the NDX 100 on them. But Darrell's explained to me I'm giving up a lot more doing the NDX 100. Now, I was doing the NDX 100 because I felt that the probability of Apple falling apart was better, okay? Right. But realistically, well, not realistically, factually, the S&P is better. It's better because you're giving up. So can you explain that, Darrell? Meaning how much you're giving up. That's
and I'm actually about to put one of the next pieces I'm working on. I'm going to try to get it next week. I'm going to put a star rating.
Okay.
With a review of each spread.
Yeah.
So to tell you, like, the advantages, the disadvantages. So just so you know, like, right up front, hey, this is a wider spread. So that way you don't have to learn it the hard way.
Right. But, yeah, so what happens here, I knew it was a wider spread, folks, but the difference, so if you are going in a wider spread, you better be cognizant of it and have a valid reason. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I mean, when you look at it, you think it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, because the bid and ask, it only looks like 2 ticks.
Right.
Well, 2 ticks on Nadex, in this case, is 1. See, it ticks in the size of 1. Whereas on the NASDAQ, it's actually ticking in 0.25. So notice how the NASDAQ, the NQ, is actually smaller than the Nadex tick.
Right.
Whereas if we go up here to, say, like US 500, the Nadex ticking in 0.1, it's smaller or, equal to is what you're looking for, but smaller or equal to the S&P, which is 0.25. So 0.1 is obviously smaller than 0.25, so that's better. And so what that means is the NASDAQ has to move. Let's say you have a 2-tick bid-ask spread on Nadex. That's like having an 8-tick bid-ask spread on the underlying.
Right.
Which
is a lot, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, exactly. So it's making you aware. So you're not just topping in and going, why isn't this thing moving?
Yeah, totally.
You understand. Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow right now down 28. NASDAQ up 27. S&Ps are up 9.5. Gold's up 9. Bonds are down 13. King Dollar down $1.49, and the euro is up 59. We're going to be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you get the Dow off 15, Nasdaq's up 25, S&Ps are up 8.5. And if you want to see, you get the Dow, of course, okay, was always the headline number out there, folks, and on this run-up. And what you have inside the Dow today is that you got Microsoft, GE, and McDonald's taking it south in a big way. And what's interesting about that texture is that IBM and McDonald's is set up the exact same way. They broke apart. GE and IBM. They broke apart, come downtown. Now, inside the NDX 100, it's all about Vertex. Vertex Pharmaceutical, VRTX. That's putting the juice inside it. Now, what's cool about that, it's up $30. What's cool about that, folks, is that the NDX 100 still doesn't have any juice underneath it, but you got a nice little bounce out here. And I suspect,
yeah, it's sort of staying on up there. I was watching it. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's VRTX. They had a successful cystic fibrosis test, and the stock is up $30. Now, if you want to see something too, and if you want to see, folks, how stocks, bottom line, when you get volume at highs, well, Vertex Pharmaceutical, it was screaming, no doubt. I mean, this thing broke topside May 11th at 60 to 64, had a high volume high, and boom. If you want to see how high volume highs work, well, this is a classic, man. Amazing, actually, really is amazing. So let's go back to our euro before it crashes, man.
Let's grab it.
Oh, actually, you can just keep going on and explain what we have here. But let's grab this euro, okay?
Let's do that first.
This is pretty cool, man. I love what you did with that. I particularly love.
Oh, and I got more for you too.
Oh, good. Okay, folks, because let me tell you something. When you're doing this, what happens with trading? You can understand the technicals, you can understand the volume, but the actual technique, meaning on the platform, is just as important. If you are going to be doing this type of trading, fast trading, it's actually crucial. If you're just doing swing trading, it's not, because you can take your time. But when you're doing this type of trading...
Well, you can swing trade on this. I get swing traders.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to explain the difference. If someone
you're trying to go like bam, 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 bam.
Well, if someone's got to go in and out for, an hour or a half hour, you better make sure that you can get as close to the tick as you can. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we actually have added that in.
Nice.
So, before we had to sort of like scan through and read them?
Yes.
Well, now... we have an at the market that automatically only shows you one that are within 10 ticks or less.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
This is amazing, man. This is amazing what you put together here, man. It's really cool. Holy cow. No, it really is, man.
And you can even define it. So if you want to make it wider, you can say, show me all of them.
Okay.
If you want the out of the monies, the ones that have like the really low risk.
On the big news days, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 ticks away. I mean,
right.
That's obviously quite a bit of movement, but...
hey, listen, man, the euro just went down 30 ticks.
Yeah. But look at this right here.
I could have just went to the Four Seasons tonight.
I was trying to tell you, let's go, let's do it.
I could have took all you folks out there growling and prowling.
Well, they at least know we were setting up, but we were just talking too much. So.
Jesus, look at that. Unbelievable. Okay, hey, life.
What are we going to do?
It's amazing. That's why but that's my point, folks. If you're going to do this, when you do it, you just going to stay on it. It's all right, but you stay on it, and that's exactly what you do, because, as Steve said a little bit earlier, and him and Darrell put the first trade on, well, it went over it went within 5 ticks over their first price projection, and the second one. What was the second one, Steve? The second one, it was right at it. The second one,
131.23. Yeah.
And so this is pretty cool, because see, the first one went 5 ticks over, and the second one went 6 ticks over, and that's it. And that's all she wrote, folks. It's done. It's done.
Nice.
Oh man.
So we have one right here. I mean, if we want to go, what's your target right now?
I can still go. I'm short on the futures market right now anyway. So I was doing that.
Right.
So this is what I got to close in right now at 13059. So I'm looking for this to go to 13059 today, and I'll tell you if you're watching Tiger.
Tell me today. Define today. Today, does that mean by 3 or does that mean by 12?
We know that. Let's do 12, Ben, because what happens, folks, after 12 and Fridays, it doesn't move. Do you know what I mean? It just
okay.
doesn't.
We got one right now. We can hop on in. We can do. This is how fast it is.
Okay. Sweet.
So yeah, it's that simple. And it's the 3010. We're doing it at 12 o'clock. We're doing 3010 to 3110.
That's perfect.
And so we just click on the ticket.
Yep.
It'll open it up on the platform right there for you.
Okay. Yep.
And let's do it. Done. All right, we're in.
Okay, so let me see. So what? I got it. Okay, so we got 5 contracts. The floor is 130.01. Oh, that's sweet, man. Okay, so
that's $100 risk.
Yeah, $100
over
risk.
€500,000 euros.
Yeah, I like that. That's a beautiful thing. I like this, man. You stay right there, folks. You're going to like it, too. This is Darrell Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling for us. By the time you come back, that euro is going to be down another 10 ticks at least. It just gave up 30. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit, and on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. You have the Dow right now down 58, Nasdaq's up about 23, S&Ps are up 7.5. Now, something to understand, folks. We're just talking the euro and putting that trade on it, and what's so cool about that is this. So it's to noon, which is not hour and a half away, but what you have is that you have floors and ceilings, and right now we're at 13096. Well, the top of that, folks, and this is what makes it really so neat, is 1311. So that's nothing because we were above that twice this morning. And what it means is this: it means as that trades on, so the defined risk $100 with 5 contracts, it's a half a million euros, right? Darrell?
Well, I'm sorry. It was actually 50,000 euros.
50,000.
You mentioned being short on you mentioned being short on the futures market, and I was like,
oh yeah, so okay, cool. No. So watch what happens here, though, folks. It can go spike again over that level, and you can't lose any more money.
Right.
Which is just beautiful. That's one side of it. That's whether you're a bull or a bear is cool. The other side of it, though, goes like this. So we're at 90. Well, we did it at 94. It's at 98 right now. So you only have that many ticks on the way up. But on the way down, folks, the bottom of that floor is 1301. So you have a down, which is be profitable, of almost 93 ticks. which is insane. You know, and I'm not expecting it to go there. I'd like to see 305.4, 305.4, anywhere 305.9.
So here's what we do. We have our ticket up.
Yes.
Okay? And this is even easier than... you can go to open tickets and you can do all that stuff. But right from here, without even going back over the Nadex platform, so we go right here and just click on this and just change our direction.
Right.
Buy. And then we'll put in 30... You know, let's add in a couple ticks just for bid-ask spread.
Yes.
Okay? 305, what is 7?
Yeah,
so
put it. No, if it's 5 here, let me get it because I want to show you something. So 5, no, it's 5.9. So do it 6.2 then, okay? Because I'm expecting it to go to 5.9. So what we're doing, folks, is that we're saying, okay, we still got to look for the bid offer on it, okay? So I'm looking for it.
And that's one thing that's important, I think, for all traders to remember is whenever you have, you know, most charts are quoting your bid price.
Yeah.
And so you always got to remember when you're buying. You know, especially when you're buying back to take profit.
That's right.
You got to factor in that bid-ask spread because you're like, if it's going to hit this, I'm going to take profit. And all of a sudden, you're wondering why it's always taking one more tick before you get filled.
That's right.
You're like, it's at my price and I'm not getting filled. That's why you need to add in that bid-ask spread on your take profit order when you're buying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why we upped that a couple ticks, folks. Okay, because I'm looking for that 5.9. And the way I'm picking a 5.9, by the way, folks. Okay, all it is that the first move down with volatility like this, you can't expect it to get to the end of the actual lows of this intraday. That just doesn't happen on one swoop down. So what happens is, what I like to see, whether it's the futures or it's the Nadex, is you get these gushes down. And so inside a gusher down or up in spikes, what ends up happening is that's when you can get taken out. And it'll change course just as quick. But you want it in there because if it's in there, you have a chance of getting taken out. You know, so...
And one thing you'll notice, too, it looks like somebody's trading along, is you can actually see the second level quotes.
Yes.
So see that 3062 that we just placed?
I do.
You know, and I placed 5 of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can see the 5, and because it actually says 10 now, so somebody else put 5 in also.
Okay.
But you can actually see the other, like you can see other traders' quotes.
I'm
like
with
you.
you.
Can on the futures market. So it's nice to be able to see that depth.
No, it's huge, man. That's absolutely huge, no doubt. And folks, if you do happen to be in the New England area, Darrell and I are going to be up there on May 11th, 8:30 to 12:30. So if you want to get some great education, courtesy of Nadex, come over to our website and sign up. So market-wise here, it's going to be kind of interesting here the next hour and a half. I think that's going to be it, but...
Yeah, sort of, I mean, I was looking at all the indices this morning, and I took a gap on the Russell.
Yeah.
The S&P did not quite fill the gap. It got really close. Didn't quite fill it. We got the Dow did fill the gap, and it popped back up and refilled it. And then, but we're just looking over several different plays, but got that gap fill play on Russell already. So I got a little bit of time for the S&P. We'll see if that one fills or not. But it's looking like it may not want to finish up. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, overnight it was trending down, and then it ran right up.
Well, see, I know. Right now, folks, it's so cool where the market is right now, because just like, I'm saying it wants to bounce, Steve thinks it bounce, we're looking for a bounce, but as Darrell said, maybe it won't. What you're going to get out of how the market trades out here today is the strength of the bounce. That's all I'm waiting for. That's, what I mean? I'm kind of looking for it. You know what? I can tell you what I'm digging big time. I'm digging how the Nasdaq is trading, and the reason being is that looks beautiful, but it's all about Vertex. You know what I mean? It's up $22.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's like that's cool, folks, because what happens is that inside the context of how the NDX 100 is weighted, you get a gap up. Okay, that takes care of that stock for the day. One stock that could push some weight into it, of course, is good old Apple. Apple basically broke out those lows and broke them out with a vengeance, man. I mean, Apple just went from that 426 down to the 385. And what's amazing? I'll tell you, man, every single time, the first leg in Apple, is just about done. The bottom of where it had a little juice was 355. You get to 385, but Apple folks is going to be basically running down to like 200. Well, the next stop after this, Apple's going to be running into like 267. It's going to blow people's minds. Apple's going to end up being the classic of people making hundreds of millions of dollars and not taking it and losing hundreds of millions of dollars. It's going to be a sick scene, man. Because
I heard a sick story where this guy went in and mean, he had something like $4 or $5 million. I mean, and it had the stock forever.
Yes.
And went into his financial advisor. And the guy advised him to put it all into call options.
Wow.
Yeah.
Call options. So he turned in the equity and bought call options?
Turned in all-in call options. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so what happens there, folks, is
you got to take your we know this. You got to take it off the table. You got to do stuff with it.
Right. And there's no doubt. But and what the problem is with Apple, folks, okay, is that, number one, I've talked about this before, people have got rewarded so many times for buying dips all the way up, and they're buying it all the way down. That's the big problem. And you hear them on TV all day long. Oh, this is the buy now. This is the buy now. This is the buy now.
Just think about the logic. I mean, where are they going next?
Yeah, exactly. No,
what are they going to? I mean, everybody else is coming out with phones that are just as good. I mean, I have an iPhone. I love them, but I'm seeing some of these new phones, and I'm starting to get a little jealous myself. And everybody's coming out with the pads.
Yeah.
Microsoft's pad is actually a computer, not just a pad.
Yeah.
And I like my Kindle better than I like my iPad. So it's just they're starting to become just one of others.
I agree. Right.
I don't see a future for them, and it's not I'm anti-Apple. It's just the innovator is no longer there.
Right.
So,
and
it's just a reality people don't want to accept because they made so much money on the way up.
Right. And what's amazing is that on a technical basis it was there, on a fundamental basis, I bought so many Apple products I couldn't buy anymore for anyone I know. I'm totally serious. I
have an iMac, an iPad, an iPhone, iPod.
If there's something else, I literally couldn't. So it's like, okay, man, how does that work?
And if they come out with something new and innovative, I'll be all about checking it out. But it's just, I can't even conceive now. I'm not even excited about a product launch from Apple.
I'm with you. That's
a standard.
That's huge, man. I know. Let's go to Ken in Altamont Springs. Hey, Ken, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
Trying to.
That's good.
Just a quick question for you. Vertex Pharmaceuticals up, really strong today on the cystic fibrosis drug approval for phase 2.
Yes.
Question for you. Do you know of a site that I can go to where I can look and see a list of companies that are up for drug approvals for major drugs? Other than FDA.gov.
I don't. What you can do is this, is that I know that if you go into Yahoo Finance,
yes.
What you'd want to do is, I know Mr. Bud Rolfs is probably over there somewhere. There's a couple biotechs that boards, okay, that more than likely will have, some things like that. What are you trying to do?
Basically, if I see something, a company up for drug approval, I know that they may get approved. They know they may not get approved.
Yeah.
You can do a straddle or a strangle type trade.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to lose on one, and you're going to make money on the other. And, of course, if you make more than you lose, then you make a profit on those type of trades.
And have you done that before in the biotech industry?
Not in biotech, but I have done it in options with other companies.
Yeah, be careful in the biotech business. Vertex is 1 out of 100. The other 99 are done. And what happens in the biotech business is that even if when they're up for the approval or disapproval, right? You don't know when they're coming out. Let's put it this way: you don't know when this one here has to do with the success of the test. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's just be careful, man. And one of the targets says maybe you can go to the American Pharmaceutical Association.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, Chipotle is having a early Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Oh, really? Was it sinking? No.
No,
it's not. Oh, it's not. Look at that.
No, it wants to maybe go fill the gap now, finally.
Look at that. Okay, so Chipotle is up $30, $29. Oh, yeah, look what it's doing.
We got some volume this morning already, too, yeah.
So you're at 358, and this thing got absolutely toasted and roasted on the way down. So that's going to be interesting if it can get all the way up there. I guess, it's going to be able to. It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting over that September 17th level, so.
All right. And what we're looking at, folks, is that Chipotle went from $404 down to $307 on in July of 2012, and it's coming right back into that. So it'd be if I'd let it move. 370.19 would be the number if, in fact, the volume died down a little. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting looking at how that whole thing shoots in there. Gold, gold, folks. Okay, I'm telling you, man. When I was on the road the last couple of days, I'm listening to folks saying why gold's going up or down or what's wrong. What blows my mind, folks, I'm telling you, it's just a simple deal. This is not jet fuel sciences. Okay, it's all about how much I think I'm gonna do over the weekend as to how many actual ounces the GLD had to sell. It's a spiral, and that spirals downtown, and it's not gonna change. That's all it's about. I heard people saying margin calls, this or that. The margin calls, folks, didn't even come in. The reason the margin calls didn't come in, and this is where, folks, when I hear these people say this, I know they're not trading, which blows my mind, okay? They're saying that a margin call comes in. No, I'm not kidding, because, folks, what happens is this. So picture this for a second. When gold was going down, okay, gold's $100 a point, okay? That means it was a $100,000 move. Every broker-dealer that you have a futures account on, right, there's not a margin call in a $100 deal. You're closed out. Is this going down? You're closed. It's not. This is not like the equity market. They were talking like it's like an equity market. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
can you deposit some more money by tomorrow?
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Right. Okay. So I'm listening.
Maybe a margin close, but not a margin call.
Exactly.
Yeah. If there is a call, it's the kind of call that says negative margin. Please deposit funds. Yeah.
And folks, check this out. In the futures market, that can happen. You can basically you can have 100 grand in there. It probably did happen in the gold market if one of their systems ever went down.
They got margin calls. They just didn't get the kind of call that said to deposit money to keep the position open.
So it's a total closeout, folks. That's how it works, okay? And they're fast, man. I mean, it was just amazing listening to it, though. I'm saying to myself, this is just unbelievable. And so the thing that is, like, even I'm still trying to figure out, say, okay, where is going to be the bottom, and how is that going to come into effect? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, and I suspect that it's actually going to spike the bottom because it's too easy just saying, okay, yeah, it's going to go to 1150. That's what it costs to get gold out of the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? That's too easy. That's not going to be it. We'll see. We certainly haven't got a sign of strength at all in the market. And, what you're going to have at the end of this week is a monster downdraft. The worst thing it could have done today is go up like it just did and, give it up. It went up to 1424. And now what you're going to get, so check this, folks, you're down with 700,000 contracts and 400,000, you're up at 141. So it's like, oh, you're really going to do another ABC down? It's like, oh, really? Sick, man. I'm telling you, man.
$1 moving.
Oh, thank God for small big mirrors. There it is, exactly. All right, I'm telling you, man. Folks, I'm telling you, when you jump on these larger trends, and the larger trend is the goal is the euro going down, the dollar going up, and just have patience. Every single counter trend bounce, bang it, baby, bang it. Steve Rhodes, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there. We're coming right back, folks. We have the Dow down 55, Nasdaq up 27, S&Ps are up 8.5. We're going to be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Again, I love that music, man. I'm telling you, man. Darrell Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, and, you stay right there because, of course, we get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. And he's in lockdown in Newton. So he's going to be coming right down from lockdown. And then right after that, of course, we get going to keep you healthy with Nico and Paige. And then Darrell's going to be right back here growling and prowling with you. That euro is giving it up. We did the one leg down. We need one more leg down. We're at 3084 right now, folks. So it's going to be interesting watching this baby shake out, man.
And it looks like the S&P is going to make every attempt to get back in a 1546.72 range. Still back inside that October 11 swing point.
Yeah. And what's going to be interesting here, folks, today is that what you'll hear at the end of the day, and this always blows my mind. Here at the end of the day, well, half of New England's shut down, so the volume's light. Last week, the first time when volume came in the market, folks, meaning on the way down, I heard people saying, well, yeah, volume came in the market and we were going down. But the correlation, they didn't get the correlation that, well, yeah, you know, that's how it works, you know. No one's in the store, you're going topside, well, guess what? That's distribution happening. Once you're in the markdown period, folks, they get everyone in. They're trapped like rats, and that's the don't want to be it, you know what I mean? So, it's amazing, man. And you know, it never changes. The thing that blows my mind is it never changes. Think about that. You know, if you think about the conversation 2 weeks ago that you're not going to get a correction, ever, and then you get a tiny, we haven't even had a correction, folks, okay? 61 points off the high is not nothing. People are freaking out. It's like, well, really? Oh, man, I'm telling you.
But now, what were you saying about the S&P, Steve?
Well, the October 11th, 2007 swing point, the low on is 1546.72. The high is 1576.09. So, you know, the S&P got above it. Proved that it was a false breakout when it blew apart with volume coming off the top on Monday. You know, and then you had that nice little light bounce on Tuesday, and then more volume coming out on Wednesday, even yesterday as well. And so, as long as price closes inside a swing point, you know, it can go back up there and even test it again. So, you know, we're coming right into sell in May. So, you know, did it start April 15th? Does it start May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th? We've already gotten all the signals here that it's around the corner. And
the correlation, folks, Steve's talking about is amazing, you know. You put the volume correlation with it, want to hear how sick it is? I can pick out the lowest high, meaning, you know, the highest with volume up there, and it's 3.9 billion, and you're coming in with 2.3. You're 1.3 to 1.5 billion shares shot. And this is going to be a classic, man, because this is like, you know, it's not just... The highs in 2007, you're up at the highs of 7 months. This high here, it's been edging up for 6 months. Yeah, this is the 6th month. But each and every month has had nothing behind it. 2.5 is, let's see, I'll start from the beginning. 2.8, 2.5, 2.5, 2.3. So it's getting light up.
Yeah, and then I think we have to start paying attention to, okay, what's going on over in Europe. Well, the DAX is already back inside the lower part of its range. It's below ours. You know, we look at September 14th, and the DAX at September 21st. So that's already screaming. You've got the energy sector, the XLE. It's below the September 14th level. Yeah. You know, the XLF is now starting to show, you know, volume down days. You know, and that's obviously a strength. So there's all of the signals are out there.
No doubt. Listen, folks, if you happen to be up in the New England area, come visit Darrell and myself May 11th. You stay right there. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next, and then Darrell's going to be right back with you. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too.